A high-level delegation from the United States is on a 3-day visit to the crisis-hit island nation of Sri Lanka. The team from United States Treasury and State Departments held 2 separate meetings with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and with Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The delegation will be holding a number of meetings with officials, economists and international organizations. According to the U.S. Embassy in Sri Lanka, the team aims to explore the most effective ways to help Sri Lanka out of its current economic crisis. The U.S. Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Julie Chung, has tweeted that America is committed to deliver assistance and long-term partnership to help Colombo through the challenging times. Over the past 2 weeks, the United States has announced $120 million in financing various businesses. $27 million has been attributed and contributed to Lanka's dairy industry, that is dairy industry, and $5.7 million has been pledged in humanitarian assistance to the citizens, and another $6 million has been committed in new grants for livelihoods and financial reforms. Now, a team from the International Monetary Fund is already in Sri Lanka and they have been discussing on a possible $3 billion bailout package. Sri Lanka says it is unable to repay $7 billion in foreign debt, which is due this year. The authorities are waiting for the outcome of the meetings with IMF team. Meanwhile, 2 other ministers are scheduled to leave for Russia. According to the Power and Energy Minister, Sri Lanka is planning to directly purchase fuel from Moscow and discuss other diplomatic matters on his visit. In the latest, the Sri Lankan government has suspended all fuel sales except for essential services. The government has appealed to the private sector to let employees work from home as the country is running out of fuel supplies. Over the weekend, the energy minister had urged people to not line up for fuel, stating that the new shipments will be delayed due to banking and logistics reasons. And until next shipments arrive, only public transport, power generations and industries will be given a priority. Despite the announcement early on Monday, the queues outside fuel stations have increased in Colombo. Troops were seen handing out tokens to motorists waiting in line. These tokens are meant to hold queue positions for when fuel becomes available. All the schools are shut and employees have been asked to work from home across Sri Lanka, which is battling its worst economic crisis in 7 decades. Our correspondent Dasunia Thauda brings us this report from Colombo.
The assurance given by the top-level delegates to Sri Lanka that the US is willing for further financial assistance as well as technical assistance to the crisis-ridden island nation comes at a time where the entire island nation is grappled by an acute shortage of fuel and domestic gas, with a new token system that has now been introduced island-wide, set to take place from today onwards. That's not all. Sri Lanka's economic crisis that is heavily depending on an IMF bailout still looks for concrete solutions and headway regarding a possible bailout in the coming few months. Stay with WION as we bring you the very latest. Reporting from Colombo, I'm Dasunia Thauda.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.